Hello, so we're back, and this time we had different kind of repair. I mean, check this board. DDR2 RAM memory, CPU on the socket. We have a GPU, dedicated GPU chip here. This is an old board, and I will be honest with you, I have to check on Google to see what laptop it is. So this is a eMachine E430 based on the board model number. Now let's read the customer email. The customer is from France. Hello, laptop won't start, power on light illuminates, and the fan runs for a half of second, then nothing else. Adapter is working, I measure the voltage on the motherboard, I plug the monitor, but nothing shows. I measure the RTC battery and it's just over 3 volts. I replace the D modules, but no change. Haven't touched anything else. Laptops from 2011, I attached the photo with the motherboard. Live in France, and now the customer is in the UK, and he sent the board to be repaired. I know what you'll say. You'll say, okay, customer can buy another one. That's the first thing what I suggest to the customer. He's not sure if it's worth it, but the customer said he wanted repaired. Now I know this board, and I know what is the problem with this board. That's the thing. This is a well-known issue with this board. Not only this board, but from that times, like 2011, they all have a GPU issue. So I'm gonna fit. I have some. I hardly found some DDR2. We have DDR2 RAM. I'm gonna plug the charger. The charger is like a Acer charger. We don't have HDMI, but we have VGA, and I have a monitor with VGA here. So we have the Acer. Plugging the charger, and I have no idea. Okay, something clicked here. I have no idea where is the power button. That's the problem. So where do you think is the power button? Because you can see the board is not coming on. Any idea? No, just leave me a comment. But anyway, let's find out the power button. How we are finding a power button on a motherboard? We are looking for a 3.3 volts track. Of course, has to be to a connection. So this one or this one. Oh wait, here we have more connectors. Lol. Okay. Which one is looking like a power button connector? So this is the screen. This is probably keyboard and touchpad. Not sure what is this, but let's check. Nah, I have like 0.9 and that's all. What about here? No, nothing. The power button is not on the motherboard. Here you have another connector, but probably is the speaker. Yeah, probably. Okay, I think I found it. It's like a big flex cable with a lot of buttons. So this is the power button. I think it's the power button. For this one, is the same, right? Okay, let's try to figure it out. The problem is that we have 5 volts. So if I start shorting the things on that connector, bad things can happen. That's the issue. We have 5 volts on a connector. So what it will happen if I start shorting to ground random pins? Huh? So this one is 0, 0, 0, 0, nothing, nothing. Why nothing? 0, 3.1, which looks like about right. Short in the and the board it's on. Check that, 160 milliamps and the fan is spinning. Oh, the current is kind of low. Check that, 120 milliamps. This one is cold. We have the light button there. Let's do a test here. 120 milliamps. Yeah, I know that's not enough. I know. Let's try something, yeah? I'm gonna unplug the charger. It will not work with 120. It's not even point connecting the monitor. 480 degrees. Let's heat up the board. That's it. Kind of hot. Let's try one more time. Plug in the charger. Good. So power button. 1.2 amps. Check that. 1.3 amps. Yeah. You can see that? You can. Let's plug the monitor now. Plug in the monitor. Let's bring the monitor. Oh, I can't believe. Check here. What do you think about that? Yeah, exactly. That's all skill. Yeah, I know. Now, what is the catch, or what can be done? Nothing can be done. This is a chip issue, internal chip problem. Yeah, they have an issue. It's not even point changing the motherboard or changing the chip. You will have exactly the same problem. So the solution is to keep that chip cool as possible with the fan clean and everything, fresh thermal paste, trying to lower the temperature. And also my little trick with rosin. Yeah. So I'm gonna come with rosin exactly under the chip. Here, 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 and here. Now we have rosin under the chip. We're gonna boil the rosin, and you'll be surprised how many GPUs I fix on this way. Especially with the PlayStation 3, remember with the red light of that, something like that. Power on and it's beeping and it's switching off, going red. Yeah, it was a GPU issue. So I'm gonna come with hot air from the back and we're gonna boil that rosin a little bit. Yeah, remember it's like 500 degrees here, 480. And yeah, I believe that's enough. Now the secret is just, to keep the laptop cool as possible. Now you'll be surprised, but I have so many. Most of the jobs they will not come back. Then there will be like few jobs they will come back, and you can redo it. And when you redo it, you push it more, yeah, more heat or a longer period of time, stuff like that. Remember the MacBooks? They have exactly the same issue. So no, replacing the chip it will not solve the problem, or the motherboard. If you replace the motherboard, at some point it will have exactly the same issue. I mean, I can't believe it's amazing to see a board where you can actually swap the CPU. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Okay, let's try one more time. So plug in the monitor. Plug in the charger. Let's try to power on the board again. Some pin somewhere here. Oh. Come on. And the board it's on 1.3 amps. Fan is spinning. And we have picture. Check that, huh? Yeah. So this board is fixed. from my point of view. Now, leave me a comment with your experience if you were fixing laptops on that time. So one more time, just to avoid any conflict on the chat. It is a chip issue. It's not cracked solders. No, nothing like that. It's inside of the chip. The layers, they have some issue. They have some oxidation or something like that. And I know people. They bought a GPU rework station, and after a while, everyone figured it out. Actually, it's a chip problem. They removed the GPU, rebuild, solder back, and the job was still coming back with the same issue. And soon as you apply some heat, the fault goes away. So this is a well-learned past lessons, yeah? Same with not only the PlayStation, but also the Xbox, the 360. Yes, same thing. Cool? Yeah, it feels nice, I can still repair old stuff. I'm gonna stop here. I'll say thank you for watching, like, subscribe. If you like the video, of course, and have in mind, the first thing what you are check on a motherboard is actually how much current is taking. You remember this board start with like 120 something milliamps. After that, went up to like 1.2, 1.3 amps, which indicate a working board. So see you on the next one. Bye.